Hey guys, Bugs12 here, and this is my tips and hints for making the correct mage. And yeah, I've been playing this for several since it first came out, sort of thing. I had a little break for about a year and a half, and I just jumped back on it about a couple of days back. And I've been tampering around with different classes, characters, different colours on characters, and all this lot of stuff I didn't really cover when I was playing on it before. And yeah, this is my high elf mage. I've called her a sorceress. I've made my own class up. If you haven't had a look, this is what I've got as my major skills. Blade. I'll tell you why I chose these as my major skills as well. But my blade, I've chosen because I don't think that you can just get around through the game with just using a wand. You know, one of those magic stats. I think if you know, later on for the game when you get high levels, then yeah, you can get away with doing that. But now you can't, sort of thing. So I would, you know, expect anyone who's becoming a mage to have at least one melee weapon, maybe even being a blunt or a blade, but have it on your major skills. A lot of people say don't have it on your major skills because if you use your blade all the time, it's very tempting, and you'll forget that you need to level up all your other magic classes. And B, it makes you level up a little quicker because, you know, if you are using it all the time, you know, hitting people with a blade is a lot more easy than casting a spell on them. But it depends. I mean, I've got the discipline to use both. You know, I can play a couple of hours just using spells, and I'll play about 5 to 10 minutes using the blade. Just depends what situation I'm in. But it's nice to have a blade. I mean, I'm not talking about a claymore or a long sword. Have a short sword because your fatigue's going to be dead low, and so is your health because you're going to pump everything into magic. So have something like a short sword. And then, right, next on the list, alteration. This will be good when you start venturing out of the levels, which is comfortable in the mage zone sort of thing. When you start doing your assassin's guilds or your thieves guilds or something like that, or in some cases some fighters guilds missions, you will need to unlock stuff. You'll need to learn how to use lockpicks, and this is an easier way and a quicker way than just, you know, picking below lockpicks and pressing auto. until you complete that lockpicks. It's a lot cheaper. It's, you know, it's a lot more fun actually. I think. Just go search around and find the right spell and shit. But yeah, this is a real nice one. Like, you know, walking on water. I mean, that saves you so much time. And just, you know, if you don't want to fast travel, that is, and get your athletics up, you know, you can walk across the big lakes and all this lot. Obviously, lockpicks, shield. Is a good one. You will need to use shield when you start fighting Daedra. Maybe, you know, high level 20 plus, they start getting real kick-ass with their spells. Conjuration, another top one I reckon. The only thing it's really good for is summoning. I don't think the weapons and the armour is, you know, worth the, you know, adding on to it. If you like summoning, just summon, and maybe, you know, turn you undead and shit, but I don't think the weapons and stuff, I mean, you know, they give you, like, ridiculous weapons. I don't like it. But destruction's the backbone of any mage, I reckon. I don't think you can play a mage class without having destruction. I could be wrong. I haven't done it before. So, yeah, prove me wrong. Send me a video saying you can and actually successfully complete the game. Because you may as well just call, you know, you may as well just call yourself a fighter with mild magic. You know, you can't call yourself a mage if you haven't got anything like fireball or anything. You know, no offensive spells. Illusion. This is good. I use illusion a lot for Night Eye, Chameleon, and Invisibility. I think those are what I come under. Yeah, and they help me a lot. Like I said, they'll help you later on in the game when you're starting to become a thief or an assassin, which you will do because you'll start looking at your list and you're thinking, right, I've gone this far. What the fuck can I do? And you'll start venturing out. Mysticism. Dispels magic space, basically. When you do soul binding, this is a must-have because you'll get higher spells to bind souls into different soul gems, and you'll get much better weapons out of it and shit. Restoration, pretty self-explanatory. You know, heal yourself, heal others, cure diseases. You know, resist magical attacks and all this shit. You know, the classic. I mean, it's normally a classic. If you're making a crusade, you'd have that. But I'm thinking, I didn't want to put block onto my mage because that would just turn into a spell sword. So I thought I'll grab restoration instead, and maybe it's the next best thing. But hey, it you know, it does the job, and that's my setup, right? lucky enough on my first Oblivion gate to find, let me have a look, to find the stone, the big black soul gem you get at the end, to give me this, the new necklace I made, you know, necklace of the web foot I call it. I managed to get water walking within like, you know, an hour of the game, which is perfect for me. I'm basically using just, you know, the usual suits and shit, because I have no need to use armour, due to the fact that I will probably end up completely enhancing one set of clothing to the point where there's not much point in even having armour because it restricts your magic. If you don't know what I mean, if I jump onto this, at the bottom it says spell effectiveness 100%, right? When you start wearing armour, it goes down, basically. It goes down a lot depending on what armour you wear and depending on what skill your armour is. But I mean, to be honest, if you're a mage, you're ranged. If you're up front mage, grab a shield, but don't put it on your main skills. And yeah, just fucking hack away, because I don't think that having armour on a mage is really, really mage friendly, so to speak. When you play high elf, you always have a weakness, 3 weaknesses, to fire, frost and shock. You know, pretty self-explanatory, 25 weakness to all 3 classes, all 3 elements, sorry. Fortify Magicka, this is the cool thing. If you become a mage, a high elf mage, being a high elf automatically gives you enhanced Magicka 100. And the ability Mage Birth Sign gives you plus 50. I think the Mage Birth Sign is the safest route. It gives you more of a clear table to, you know, to work on with your character. Resist Disease is also a high elf thing, and obviously the Water Walking is the next I've got on. Using the Steel Short Sword at the moment. These are all, you know, spells you would get if you were to use, well, apart from Buoyancy, which you get as in a Mage's Guild mission, I think, in Cheydinhall. Everything else on here you will get with the setup I got. It's a huge list. I've set my hotkeys up like that, so you can have a look. Yep, so I've set it up like that. Take it as you want it. You know, it's only a fucking setup on a hotkey, but I'll give you a gist on how you should be efficient with your mage sort of thing, right? So let's go outside and I'll show you, because I don't want to set any spells off in here, because I'll get my ass kicked by some mages, and I want to do the mage missions. I mean, I've only done this, I've only started this game about 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, so I haven't got a lot on. I mean, I made a red orc, and that kind of backfired because he was restricting in magic. And I know you can, you know, do every single class with every single mission sort of thing, but I prefer to have the mage and I can span out a bit more. Right, here we go. Right, let's just check this out. If I jump on here, I've got Frost Touch on at the moment. That's 20 damage, pretty useful spell for beginners. What else have I got? My Restoration. Also, change your controller configuration for R1 to cast spell and R2 to attack, melee attack. Because believe you and me, I mean, I don't know how many other RPGs you've played, it's normally the top trigger that does the spell action, and it's a lot more easier. And plus you'll get into the habit of using that, and it's more fun. But I find it a lot more comfortable. I think I've got biggish hands sort of thing. So. And then you've got the Summon. I've only got Summon Skeleton at the moment. As you can see, a little trick. If you want to whack up your difficulty all the way, cast a destruction spell on this guy. Do it until he's dead. It's an easy way of bringing up your destruction. If not, just walk around firing with fireballs. You've got athletics and your destruction going up then. This is a shield. This is exactly what it says in the tin. And yeah, that's my setup at the moment, guys. If you want any more help, you know, any questions, give me a shout, and I'll come straight back to you. I'll be online all tonight and most of my life, so fuck it. Just send me a message or send me a video link to anything else that I might find interesting, and another video will be coming soon. Catch you in a bit, guys.